Now, the next thing I want to note here is something that comes up in this story. We're going to have this meeting between Boaz and Ruth, and it all comes to pass because when they go back into the land, and we don't know exactly why, we don't know what had happened to the inheritance of that property that would have belonged to Naomi's husband, and so therefore it would have been property that belonged to her. But we do know this, that even though they were no longer able to find their own food, to grow their own grain and make their own bread and stuff, there's a provision in God's laws that God had set up so that people who didn't have anything could still be provided for. When you harvest over through a field of grain, and this would have been barley and then eventually wheat, you harvest over it, a lot of it gets missing in the harvest, and so other people go through and glean it, take the stuff that's missed. But God made a rule for his people that when their harvest comes along, they shouldn't glean it completely. They should leave parts on the edges that have not been really harvested, because God wants people who are willing to work, who are not able to provide for themselves, to have a way to provide for themselves. It's a really gracious thing that God does in his kingdom, in his country, amongst his people, and it turns up in this story.